turn off the fire and lift the lid. Sprinkle some chopped green onions into the century egg and lean pork congee. Breakfast is considered complete. Fan won't do anything too difficult, but making porridge is still easy. Dongyan, it's time to get up and have breakfast. Half an hour later, Fan's voice shouted from outside the room. The young girl in the ink-stained land paused. Covering my head with the blanket, I continued to pretend to sleep. Yannian, try the century egg and lean meat congee I made. Lu Dongyan did not respond. Fan returned to the room holding breakfast. The girl still pretended to be asleep, the face hidden under the blanket. I can already fry an egg. She doesn't dare to look into Fan's eyes anymore. If you don't get up now, I'm going to lift the blanket. Get up, get up! Little Lu sat up with puffy cheeks, after coming into contact with Fan's gaze. Suddenly I felt my anger dissipate, and my eyelids drooped slightly. The chubby face glowed with a layer of adorable pink sweetness. Time to drink porridge. Fan lifted a spoonful of porridge, gently blowing away, delivered to the girl's lips. Xiao Lu opened his mouth and swallowed with a clink. Is it delicious? Century egg congee cooked with century egg. Of course it's delicious. So what about tomorrow's breakfast? I want to eat the glutinous rice dumplings made from glutinous rice. HMPH. I can't make glutinous rice balls. If you want to eat, just need to. HMPH dialing. Fan still overestimated his business acumen. Hunger marketing isn't that simple either. Due to the long delay in the branch opening, voices of discontent gradually emerged online. Even harsh insults. Although hunger marketing will inevitably face these voices. However, Fan overlooked one thing. That is one's own product. Unlike those electronic products, has a long usage cycle. Some like to drink. They have to line up every day. Then, the more I like it, the more I think about it, the more upset I feel. And the market for this ancient-style milk tea is too blank. If we delay any longer, I'm afraid it will be taken by other merchants. Occupy the market, even if their taste isn't as good as mine. But if the capital is strong, rapid expansion, it can also follow the hype, take down the market. The previous thoughts were too naive. Absolutely cannot open a new branch in 3 months. The holiday is over. Fan had already begun preparations in full swing. The 10 branches have already been renovated. Almost 2 days. It will only be done once. It has also been kept ventilated. Fan used top-quality renovation materials. After testing, it has fully met safety standards. But Fan wouldn't open 10 stores all at once. That would seem a bit too eager. Instead, it will lower the brand's prestige. Keep the rhythm, according to the order of the votes on the forum. It's good to open a shop in about half a month, about half a year later. 10 branch stores can be opened. By that time, Fan now has many choices. But no matter how much it expands, Fan also didn't plan to expand too much. In short, I won't leave the provincial city. Lu Dongyan's photo of the Ming and Qing ancient statue in the rain. It has already stirred quite a ripple online. Fang Zai returned to relax. Also participated in the promotional work for the branch opening. The Yan IT Rain branch is about to open. It has already been pinned to the local forum for several days. Always maintaining the highest intensity. All set. Just waiting to open. However, at this moment, negative posts about Yan Jai Cha Yu appeared, and it has always been displayed on the homepage. People keep replying to the post. The popularity is extremely high. Shut. Yan Jai Cha Yu uses spoiled milk. Drank milk tea. I will go offline. This is the title of that post. The content is merely a condemnation of the unscrupulous bubble tea shops. Using spoiled materials, he almost died from drinking his illness. And the replies below. It's all about the burden of appearance. Many floors not only showcase the beauty of the tea rain receipts. There is also the gastroenteritis diagnosis report from the hospital. Even more so, after the tea was all drunk. A dead cockroach under the paper cup. So much negative news. Unabashedly striking the eyes of netizens. In an instant, many new posts have emerged. Let's discuss this matter. Netizens won't judge that much. As soon as there are too many negative posts, you will soon believe. In an instant, the beauty of tea, rain, and an approaching storm. There is quite a sense that the building is about to collapse. So frustrating. The milk we bought, they are all well-known major brands. Still getting direct supplies from the manufacturer. Tea leaves, cream, nut, they all use the highest quality ingredients. How could there be so many food poisonings? Lu Dongyan was browsing through the posts. Therefore, face turned pale with anger. Slander from business rivals. This is very normal. Fan remained relatively calm. After all, they have turned down so many big bosses' collaborations. It will definitely offend people. Have you ever thought about being retaliated against? I just didn't expect it to happen so quickly, and just in time for the opening of the branch store. What should we do? Are you going to let them slander you? These days, the foot traffic has decreased by half. It will become less and less in the future. Lu Dongyan was extremely anxious. What he cares about is not that making money will decrease, but it is this brand. It was something I built with Fan through hard work. If it goes bankrupt, all efforts will go to waste. Moreover, still bearing an unjust grievance. Don't worry. I have a way. Fan kissed the girl's face, whispering softly, it's not just comfort. After he saw this post, a solution immediately came to mind. After all, those who return in the age of information explosion, although it's not the public relations industry, but the handling of certain urgent incidents, still somewhat knowledgeable. Now, the most important thing, it's about figuring out who posted. Which competitor is it? After all, there are quite a few chain milk tea shops in the provincial capital. I want to check them one by one. It's hard. I want to check the shareholders' legal representative now. It's all very troublesome. However, I want to find the poster's address. But it's very simple. Especially, there are internet experts like Fang Zai. Fan just doesn't understand these things. But Fang Zai said he will reveal the real IP address of the poster. Then you can find it based on the address. Inquire about the broadband account holder. This should be considered hacking skills. Fang Zai has always been an expert in guidance in this area. I also studied computer science in college. Ding-ling-baling. At this moment, Fan's phone rang. The caller ID shows Fang Zai. Thus, poster's information. I've already taken care of it. Good. I found it out. This will be sent to your email. This person should be doing things for money. Should we find someone to come over? Bind him up. Then interrogate the person behind it. Don't act impulsively. Wait for my news. Fan wiped his sweat. Though it is said that the marketplace is like a battlefield. But Fang Zai's style of doing things, still a bit too busy. The little girl is just wild. But after opening the email, Fan just smiled. I really didn't expect that. The poster turned out to be this group. How is it, Hem? Lu Dongyan's elegant brows furrowed. Her eyes were filled with a strong malevolence. The materials sent by Fang Zai, the broadband account holder. It was that day at the amusement park. Scared by He Fan, red-haired person crashed into the wall. In this way, the person behind him. It goes without saying. Chen Changming wants to take revenge on you. Lu Dongyan felt a wave of nausea. Not to that extent. It must be Chen Changming. Want to enter the bubble tea industry? After all, the profit from this line. Indeed very high. The visible growth of resident income. The market in the future will be vast. He Fan said to Lu Dongyan, in business, talk business. Chen Changming is first and foremost a businessman. Revenge on oneself. Is it beneficial for him? Then why is he only targeting you? There are so many milk tea chain brands on the market. Even there hasn't been any news lately. There are other merchants. A competition product for ancient-style milk tea. In my opinion, that guy is just plain disgusting. Lu Dongyan was filled with indignation. The tea talk is very unique. It's actually not good to follow the trend. Once you do it the same way, the style itself is already of a lower standard. If the taste is not as good, definitely would be scorned by customers. So, the chain brand would rather continue selling burnt fairy grass. That kind has a higher prevalence, although the competition is fierce, but the recipe is clear, as long as the capital is strong. You can carve out a place for yourself. I guess this should have been decided by his son, Chan Heiyu. However, it's not just simple revenge. You see, He Fan said, open the official website of the University Student Entrepreneurship Competition, Fang Zai's Yang District. In the list of contestants, I saw Chan Heiyu. If I'm not mistaken, the fact is that Chen Changming wants to enter the milk tea industry. Chen Heiyu is participating in a startup competition. If I could participate in this event, winning the provincial championship, so it equals, received an official promotion. In an instant, it can gain a stellar reputation. That's why I was able to guess. It's because if Chen Changming were to manage it personally, even if it means dealing with myself, I won't go looking for Hanmao. Lu Dongyan suddenly realized. So, his biggest competitor, it's not those competing products of the same kind, but as fellow participants. Yes, let's check it out. The recently opened milk tea shop, and the legal entity behind it will know, He Fan said, just getting ready to investigate. The phone rang again. This time, the person who called. It's the department head, Zhu Zhiqiang. Clearly, they also saw the post on the forum. Call He Fan to his office for a detailed discussion. Searching for bubble tea shops. Only Fang Zai and Fan went to school. Itangsu. This incident has caused quite a stir. In the office of the department head, Zhao Xuanzi was hit up. Only He Fan and Zhu Zhiqiang were there. Lu Dongyan didn't come either. After all, Zhu Zhiqiang knows very well. It's called joint entrepreneurship. The one who can truly take charge. It was only He Fan alone. Director Zhu, the situation is like this. He Fan's future. He explained the whole story, including the background and consequences, to Zhu Zhiqiang. The latter's expression softened a bit. What he fears the most, the content of those posts is all true, as long as He Fan isn't really using inferior materials. Then everything is still salvageable. College student entrepreneurship competition. It's rare to see such intense competition within the same province, let alone using underhanded tactics. It's the first time. I never thought. It can also use this method. Hitangsu, How do you plan to respond? Zhu Jiqing took off his glasses, pinching the nostrils with both hands. It's quite a headache. Internet competition. A province. A student who can scale up a startup. It became quite serious. More than one. I have never seen competition in the same industry. After all, to be honest, no family support. Able to reach He-Fan's level. Still really nothing. Those students originally had the intention of gilding. Parents behind the scenes, why bother being at odds with families of the same status? Let's discuss it in advance. It's best not to get involved in similar industries. Zhu Jiqing had a headache. He is not good at handling such matters. But they place great importance on He-Fan, this competing student. I hold great hopes in my heart. Zhu Jiqing never aspired to be ranked highly nationwide, but I still dreamt of being the provincial champion. That would be a tremendous surprise. But now, the situation seems to have become complicated. Don't worry, Director Zhu. I already have a solution. It's just not easy to handle. It takes time. In addition, the new branch will be opening soon. It will also be very busy. So I'm afraid there won't be much time left to attend classes at school, He-Fan said. The tailored suit showed a perplexed expression. As long as it can be handled. Zhu Jiqing put on his glasses. Thinking deeply, it's better to say it this way. With your classmate, Lu. Let's take a year off from school together. Hearing that He-Fan is still considering the branch store matter, then it must be true that there is a way to cope. If He-Fan is willing, Zhu Jiqing really wants to, he can fully commit, completely committed to entrepreneurship. It only delays a year of studies. I don't know if they will agree. Sure. As for the paperwork, thank you for your trouble, Director Zhu. He-Fan did not expect. I haven't even spoken yet. He took the initiative to bring it up, leaving the department chair's office. Lu Dongyan is waiting outside the door. He-Fan's big palm grasped. His adorable little hands, feeling He-Fan's strong grip on my palm. A girl with a quietly uneasy heart. Only then can it stabilize. Seeing the smile on his face, Lu Dongyan's mood also improved. The troubles of the milk tea shop. All is temporarily forgotten. Holding Lu Dongyan, I returned home. Beep, beep, beep. The QQ notification sound rang out. He-Fan quickly clicked open. Several new milk tea chain brands have recently opened. And the legal representative. I have sent it to your email. Thus, QQ OK. Thank you. Open the email. He-Fan began browsing. Even though new milk tea shops open every day in the provincial city, but there aren't many chain brands. So the content of this email, only a few short lines. He-Fan quickly captured the key information. Street corner milk tea chain. Changming Catering Limited. Subsidiary under one's name. Legal representative by Jinfin. This should be the place. Let's do it as we discussed earlier. Remember not to expose your real IP address. He-Fan sent the information of this shop to Fang Zai. The latter quickly replied with an OK emoji. Have you decided how to handle it? He-Fan. Lu Dongyan sat beside. Her cheeks puffed up. If this matter is not handled well, he couldn't sleep all night. If it's just a failure in pure business competition, he will be sad, but it won't be as angry as it is now. The other party used such despicable tactics. He held his breath in his heart. My plan is. The first step is to undermine the other brands. Stir the water before speaking. This can distract internet users. Their gaze won't be solely fixed on our family, He-Fan said, constantly refreshing the local forum. Indeed, A new post has been created. The content involves harsh criticism and sarcastic remarks. That's about it. It's just that the brand has changed to a different one. Instantly attracted the attention of many netizens. Next, about every half hour, new posts will appear. The content is all about drinking milk tea, causing discomfort in the body, even food poisoning. Or perhaps it's in the cup. What fly have you found? Little worms wait for dirty things. And every time the post's theme, the brands mentioned are all different. The brands involved in these posts almost covered all the chains in the provincial capital. Moreover, the interval between posts is very good. There are subtle connections between the titles. It seems that someone is taking the lead in exposing this. So I followed along. The taste of narrating a fact. This way, it's better than a bunch of posts popping up at the same time. It needs to be more authentic. Is this the first step of the plan? Drag other brands down. Isn't this not so good? Lu Dongyan whispered softly. I feel a little nostalgic. Immediately added, but no matter what, I am 100% sure. Support. This is how one should be. Just as bad as he fan. I understand. They still make a great match. Can only say. Have such thoughts. Lu Dongyan is too naive. Business is far darker than he imagined. The market is only so big. Sharing is a deadly rivalry. Aha! If only our family is being targeted. No matter how we debunk the rumors. None of it is effective because the voice of one family is too quiet. It will still be maliciously overshadowed by other brands. They must be delighted to see it. We encounter difficulties, but after dragging everyone down, the other brands will definitely issue a joint statement to refute the rumors. This is equivalent to helping us debunk the rumors. Ifan does not embellish his methods. As long as the business grows a little larger, the consequences of being too honest. Even the bone fragments were swallowed. At the very beginning, he has also posted clarification statements before, but no waves were stirred. Even among them, there are still many points of color. All were discovered by Fang's eye. It is the water lord raised by the competitor. In other words, the remaining chain brands more or less. There is someone fueling the waves. The truth is just as Fan expected. Originally, encountering Yan Jaichayu was frustrating. The owners of those old chain stores. It is very happy. After all, this emerging shop, business is really thriving. Although I just opened a shop, but expansion is inevitable. So it's not just about watching the show. There are also rumors circulating from within, but they didn't expect. I haven't watched this play for long. The fire has reached his own head. I want to find out the addresses of those posters, but discovered the IP address completely in the Arctic. The posters are all pandas. Now it's good. The forum is becoming increasingly chaotic. The owners of the chain stores. They held meetings all night long, even regular competitors. At this time, we must strengthen our connections. Prepare to unite and issue a statement. Ifan, you don't seem to be dark. Their family's brand. Lu Dongyan discovered a blind spot. Posts from the past couple of days. Covered all chains. Only there is no Black Street corner milk tea. He had a sinister smile on his face. Of course, we can't blame him anymore. It must be white for him. Completely white. Especially in all chain stores. Under the circumstances of being smeared. Only your family is white. What will these bosses think? It's you, kid. Find some online trolls. Slandering all the chain stores. even if they cannot be certain of it. But at that moment, the truth no longer matters. As long as we can identify a culprit, can preserve their reputation. Who wouldn't be happy about this? But this matter must seize the opportunity. If it ferments a little longer, it's not hard to imagine Chen Changming a master of business tactics. It's very likely that I'll self-deprecate soon. There's no way out now. So, He Fan acted decisively. Don't give Chen Changming a chance to self-deprecate. Directly help him add more white. The widely praised corner milk tea post. Beginnings are emerging one after another. Not just praise. No negative news at all. Even more so, holding a prize. Each praise is a compliment. Inevitably, the rest of the brands must be criticized. Crazy hatred. He Fan, I think it's still okay for us. Clarify the competitive relationship with him in the startup competition. This way, his motives are even more justified. Ziob Nuo silently faces the darkness. He Fan discovered for the first time the smile of Yingfen. It can also be this cute. Couldn't help but stamp a mark on his face. Neither Lion nor Fan expected this. Decisively, we followed Lu Dongyan's instructions. As the owner of Yan Zhai Cha Yu, personally stepping in to start posting, with Chen Changming's son, Chen Heiyu's competitive relationship in the match, publicly announced, local forum. It has never been this lively before. A chaotic dance of various demons. Eating melon and watching a show. This matter didn't ferment for long. Owners of chain brands, they all came directly to the door in person, looking for Chen Changming's theory. You are pressing down. Gao Yan's tea house is enough. Still want to take a breath. So you want to drag everyone down with you? Soon, this matter has a follow-up. The Corner Milk Tea Shop has released an announcement, announcing that there are temporary workers, posting with self-satisfaction, slandering other brands. The temporary worker has been taken to the police station, closed for business and undergoing reorganization. That red-haired poster, I really got caught. It can be seen as calming public opinion. This is considered resolved. Lu Dongyan lifted his small face. From the beginning until now, it's only been 3 days. It seems that everything has settled. Even Chen Heiyu's shop has closed down. Of course. For Chen Changming, stepping into the bubble tea shop, just an attempt. Even if the economic loss is caused by the shutdown, it is also fulfilling the expectations of endurance. He fears the spread of public opinion the most, causing his chain restaurant to be implicated. That really hurts deep down. So, shut it down early to calm public opinion. It is the best practice. As for Chen Heiyu, this competitor, the first confrontation online, he completely failed, at least in the case of the university student entrepreneurship competition. He was completely pressed to death. This can also be considered an invisible loss for Chen Changming. HMPH. It was resolved in the end. These days, we can't sleep well at all. Lu Dongyan puffed up his cheeks, with a face full of resentment. Little dear, let's go take a nap now. He Fan cradled the girl's chubby face with both hands, as if holding a small rice ball. Still, I still have to attend class. Lu Dongyan whispered softly, gently lowering her eyelids. On the chubby face of the baby, covered in a layer of cute pink paste. Unable to meet He Fan's burning gaze. We are now in the break period. He Fan smirked. Carry the fawn on my shoulders. Walk into the bedroom. Tea-talk. The first branch opened as scheduled. On that day, He Fan and Lu Dongyan personally arrived at the store. The main store manager, Mo Yumian, also came to take charge of the situation. Various online promotional activities are underway. A long line formed at the entrance. Seeing this scene, Lu Dongyan's heart hung in suspense. Completely let go. The impact caused by the smear campaign on the forum. It has indeed been completely calmed down. The little dear wore a sky-blue hanfu, a smile like the sudden spring breeze in deep autumn. The first branch opened successfully. Department head Zhu Jiqing. They also called to congratulate. Clearly, he has been closely following He Fan's entrepreneurial progress. This concerns the honor of the institution. From now on, He Fan's work became much simpler. It's according to the order of votes on the forum. Just open the branch at the scheduled time. The development of tea culture. Already unstoppable. Even if competing products will eventually emerge. But at that time, has long firmly occupied the largest market. The days spent together with Lu Dongyan. Time always passes so quickly. After the double decrease, it is now the beginning of winter. Xiao Yuer's figure in short sleeves and shorts. It feels like yesterday. At this moment, the young girl had a unique beauty. He Fan took the girl back from shopping. Lu Dongyan was wearing a lamb wool coat, wearing black stockings on the lower body. Small feet stepped on cream-colored marten boots. The fluffy pom-pom on the top of the cotton hat. As the little head turns, swaying along as well. He Fan, you see, I can also swallow clouds and exhale mist now. Xiao Yuer slightly parted her lips. Gently exhale a breath of warmth. Because it was cold, it turned into white mist. Don't waste it. He Fan silently lowered his hands. Blocked the girl's mouth. Lu Dongyan's sexual conspiracy. You attacked again. HMPH. The girl's cheeks puffed up. It won't be like before. A kiss makes me feel shy and dizzy. But her little face was still flushed. Returning home, He Fan brought the ingredients to the kitchen. Select the finest mutton and lamb spine. Red bean. Glutinous rice. Take out the dumpling wrappers and pork. Today is the beginning of winter. Dongyan, Dongyan. Louis must think winter is beautiful. That's why you were given the name Dongyan. He Fan was chopping pork. Bayan smiled lightly and said, It's possible. No wonder I'm so beautiful. The girl smiled timidly. I think He Fan makes a lot of sense. Born in summer. If we go by birthdays. Isn't that Ziyan? He Fan. Why does Lai Dong eat dumplings? Dong Zhai wants to eat dumplings. During the new year, we still have to eat dumplings. I saw He Fan making dumplings. Lu Dongyan was a bit confused. He had this doubt long ago. Just never asked. This touches on my area of ignorance. He Fan paused for a moment. In a past life, he didn't pay much attention at all. What to eat during these solar terms. In this life, being together with Lu Dongyan, experience the meaning of life. Only then will they pay more attention to certain details. As long as he is there, any little thing, it will become very ceremonial, allows for a lingering aftertaste. For example, today's ingredients. He Fan also looked it up online. Lai Dong wants to eat dumplings. Red bean glutinous rice. Lamb soup. Green onion. He doesn't understand that much either. Bought them all at once. 2 meals, lunch and dinner. He and Lu Dongyan always managed to finish it. West. It's okay not to know. Anyway, I like to eat. Lu Dongyan's sweet smile abruptly stopped. Suddenly covered my mouth and gagged. But I didn't forget it tightly. Various meats on the cutting board. Hastily walked out of the kitchen. Ran to the bathroom and started vomiting again. He Fan quickly put down what he was holding, dumplings that are not yet wrapped, ran to the bathroom, check on Lu Dongyan's condition. "What's wrong? Did you eat something bad?" Gently patting the girl's vest. He Fan frowned slightly, very worried. It shouldn't be like this. In the morning, there were boiled noodles. It seems like we went out to eat together last night. But what about dinner? It wouldn't have taken this long to react. Good half time. Lu Dongyan finally stopped vomiting. Hum, rinse your mouth. He Fan poured a cup of warm water, delivered to the kitchen, at the edge of the girl's lips. Took a small sip. Gulu Gulu rinsed and spat out. Wiped his mouth with a towel. Lu Dongyan felt a deep sense of worry, lowering the little head. With lowered eyes, timidly. He Fan, I haven't been able to come this month. Today is the beginning of winter. It's November 6th. In theory, it's the end and the beginning of the month. Time to clean up. But it has been postponed for a week now. He has always wanted to say it. But I just don't know what's going on. A bit hesitant to speak up. I'm very scared. And my heart began to race. He was at the beginning of the month. Brown sugar water is simmered. He didn't say it at that time. Definitely don't know the specifics. Let's go. Let's go to school. Not. It's a hospital. Let's go to the hospital. Overly excited, he became somewhat incoherent. Do we really have to go to the hospital? Of course. He Fan, what if it really happens? Lu Dongyan lowered his gaze. The pupils are dilated with tension. A warm flush spread across his cheeks. Chubby baby face. Just got bitten by He Fan. That is the best gift of our lifetime. It seems that the little weak and chubby face, gnawing at the heart, He Fan softly whispered in his ear. Lu Dongyan's inner tension instantly dissipated completely. All his worries and fears. It all stems from the uncertainty regarding He Fan's attitude. I had told him before that I liked the baby. He Fan did not show any resistance. But such things, only when it truly happens. Only then can we know his true attitude. He Fan's excitement and exhilaration. It is impossible to lie. Every subtle change in expression. It's all a confidence booster for young girls. Let her heart be restless. Gently settled into the little belly. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. John nodded repeatedly. The little one seems to want to melt into He Fan's embrace. Holding Lu Dongyan, ready to head out. The girl was just about to bend down to put on her shoes. He moved a chair over and helped him sit down. Crouched down, pulled his little feet wearing cotton socks, helped the girl put on her combat boots. Then she carefully embraced him, slowly walking down the stairs. Is it really like this? Lu Dongyan finally realized. The previous worries were so unnecessary. Still afraid that He Fan doesn't care. It's just too much to care. Of course, it's settled. He Fan couldn't find the chance to pinch him, only able to bite the poor girl's nose in frustration, gentle enough to be a little careless. What should we do if we fall and get hurt? Sure, but it hasn't been confirmed yet, right? Lu Dongyan's eyelashes trembled as he spoke. Suddenly remembered something. Her voice was soft and soothing. He Fan, if it's just a simple relative delaying, aren't you going to be very disappointed? Still, will you still be this nervous around me? Sayo Luo's mouth. It's not that serious. But in the heart, you can enjoy the feeling of being tense around He Fan. It's simply sweet to the very core. He discovered desire for oneself as He Fan's tenderness grew stronger, become taller. If there is no regret, He Fan does not take this affection for granted. There will definitely be a little sense of loss. If it's just a simple delay. Ifan stopped in his tracks, took another bite of the girl's poor nose. Smiling lightly, let's strive for it. Next month, it will really happen. Little Yuo's scattered thoughts. In an instant, everything was swept away. The little head feels warm. Chubby baby face. A lovely layer of pink cream rises, carrying him to the front passenger seat. Open the car door and sit down carefully. Help him fasten his seat belt. Take the driver's seat. Ifan cautiously started the vehicle. At a uniform speed, driving on the road. Ifan, Ifan, can you reason with me? The co-pilot, Lu Dongyan, looked like a small gallery. Ifan Rao was deeply focused. He also distracted me with his shout. What happened, Yan Yan? Originally, there were family members in the vehicle. Ifan drives very steadily. Moreover, it is very likely that there are two people, one big and one small. It's nothing. I just want to hear your voice. I won't be able to hear for a while. Just not happy anymore. There is still more. You need to go faster, sigh. Good boy. Drive again. Do not get distracted while talking. It's better to go slowly. This is safer. You see, an old grandpa on a bicycle overtook us again. This road has the slightest hint. Gear. Driving too slowly may result in fines and points deducted. Oh, Ifan glanced over. The speed is just. It indeed is a bit slow. I had no choice but to increase the speed to the minimum hence velocity, heading towards the Viceroy Health Hospital. Registration, blood draw and urine test. The inspection report will be out soon. The result is, it's really happened. Ifan stood up with the report and then sat back down, excited to the point of being speechless. I couldn't say a word for half the day, simply bent down. He pressed his ear against the girl's belly. What have you done? Listening to the baby's heartbeat. You fool. Only 4 weeks old. Where is the heartbeat? But, forgotten. Ifan scratched his head. He carefully pulled Lu Dongyan into his arms again, gently brushing his long black hair, feeling his warmth. I felt as if my heart was about to melt. In the last life, Lu Dongyan turned pale at the sight of the doll. Ifan had no choice but to not mention this matter. But deep down inside, he longs to have a child. It's not that Ifan has a strong belief in continuing the family line, but simply, I want to have a baby with Lu Dongyan, a bond forged from both sides, blood and flesh, connecting the bonds of rebirth. It is also the best testament to their love. This moment's wish, it is finally going to be achieved. Lu Dongyan's little face was hazy. When I really saw this result, instead they temporarily lost the ability to express emotions. It took me half the match to come back to my senses. Her cheeks were rosy. The departure from the nest has produced sugarcane juice. And a hint of unease returned again. But this unease, it's very normal. Any girl about to become a mother for the first time, there will always be a little bit. To know, even Ifan is so flustered. Moreover, what about Lu Dongyan? Ifan is leading the fawn. Slowly arrived at the clinic. Point out the report. Doctor. Sigh. The doctor sighed and shook his head. Frowning, she glared at Ifan. She helplessly glanced at Lu Dongyan. Doctor, what tests do we need to do next? There is also prenatal preparation. Neither of us understands very well. Ifan didn't notice those subtle expressions at that moment, still in a state of excitement. Hearing his words, the doctor was taken aback. In front of us is a pair of young boys and girls. It seems they have just come of age. I've seen quite a few people around this age before. The outcome was almost entirely about taking away the child. He is all in his heart. He Fan, who secretly does not take safety precautions, gave a thorough criticism. I didn't expect she actually wanted to give birth. It seems both sets of parents are quite open-minded, or perhaps the parents are eager to have children. In any case, no matter what, this is all the best. After all, take away the child. The harm to the girl's body is very significant. First, I went to collect the cash. The doctor has ordered another test, although the test report confirmed the pregnancy. But it depends on the specific condition of the fetus. We still have to collect the cash. In the cash counting room, Lu Dongyan and He Fan, they stared wide-eyed at the screen. This is it. Our baby. Lu Dongyan lay on the logging bed. Curiosity lies within the intrigue of desire. Displayed on the screen, it is a little one, a tiny speck less than a millimeter. It has already developed into an embryo. Everything is normal in all aspects. After finishing the cash collection, the doctor printed out the images. Hearing the doctor's words, He Fan and Lu Dongyan both felt relieved. Back to the examination room. The doctor examined Yan Keichao's results. Slightly sweaty palms. I reiterated some precautions. Check the time. After opening some nights hour again, He Fan and Lu Dongyan. This is the Wealthy Health Hospital. The early winter in the south is a bit cold, but today is a bright sunny day. The gentle warm sun shining on He Fan and Lu Dongyan's cheeks, just like the feelings of the two people at this moment. He Fan, I find it utterly unbelievable. The young girl gently caresses her little belly. I don't feel anything at all now. You can't tell from the appearance at all. Can be practical and real. A small life is being nurtured. In 9 months, will naturally become a girl, transforming into a mother. No, no, no. He Fan took direct action, expressing the feelings of this moment, until the girl's tender face. It's about to seep out water. Let's go back to our hometown today. Is it good or not? He Fan made a decision. He plans to devote himself wholeheartedly, taking care of Lu Dongyan throughout the entire pregnancy, but still afraid of not being able to take care of it. After all, there is no experience at all. If there is MS, lies care. It will definitely get better, but it must first go through. It requires Lu Dongyan's consent. I will listen to you. Lu Dongyan slightly lowered his gaze. Let He Fan take my hand. I had already devoted my whole heart and soul to him. All decisions are made by He Fan. Okay, let's drive the car back first, then buy a ticket to go home. Aren't you driving yourself? No, I dare not open it. He Fan, who has always been fearless, got scared before it was confirmed. He is in the city. Everyone on the road drives cautiously. It has been confirmed that we are having a baby. Where else would anyone dare to drive on the highway? I'm afraid my legs will tremble. Xiao Lu doesn't have much significance. Just, you can take the train back, but while walking, you can't keep holding me. Although it is very enjoyable, the feeling of being tense around him. But it's still better in places with fewer people. In front of a large audience, I feel a bit shy. Good. He Fan agreed. The result indeed did not meet expectations, but kept gently holding. Even holding hands is not allowed, because once I hold his hand, Xiao Lu unconsciously slowed down his pace. Following He Fan, I can't see him without turning my head. At this moment, He Fan does not allow Lu Dongyan, leaving one's sight, even if it's just for a second. "And why are you back today?" MS Lai saw the two people who suddenly returned home. Caught off guard for a moment. Auntie. Lu Dongyan hesitated to speak. At this point, he felt a bit embarrassed to say it. After all, still young. I always feel quite embarrassed. You are going to be grandparents. He Fan got straight to the point. Old he spoke frankly to MS Lai. Suddenly, the whole house fell silent. You can hear even a needle drop on the ground. Lao He. MS Lai gasped in surprise. It felt like swallowing a potato whole. The expressions of the two people. He Fan and Lu Dongyan were also a bit flustered. He Fan also didn't know. What will their feelings be? After all, I didn't experience it in my past life. And my parents never pressured me to have children. Lu Dongyan became even more nervous. If the uncles and aunts have any opinions, what should I do? Oh, my precious daughter. MS Lai awoke as if from a dream, supporting Lu Dongyan. Gently sitting on the soft sofa, embrace the girl in your arms. AI Lions, gently stroking her black long hair. You are still so young. No one has truly enjoyed life. You must experience the hardships of being a mother. Really. Speaking, she shot a fierce glance at He Fan. However, then I felt relieved, looking at the way my son and his future daughter-in-law are together. I was already prepared. Otherwise, measures would not be taken. Surprised by, this couple wants to have a child so early, but MS Lai would naturally not oppose. I'm so happy I can't even catch my breath. Not hard at all. Auntie, performing a joyful competition. Lu Dongyan's little head nuzzled into Lai Yan's embrace. It's been a long time. From this warmth, I experienced the loss of that maternal love. Old, he has a bit of a slow reflex. This is when I finally came to my senses. She never minded getting old. It feels like I've become so much younger again. Uncle is going to the market to buy teeth. Let's go to the riverside. I'll catch a few crucian carp to make soup for you. Back in the day, your aunt. When I was expecting that little bunny. Every day I'm the one who buys. I made a stew with the fish I caught. Drinking fish soup ensures children will be smart. Lao, he finished speaking. Excitedly went out the door. I didn't even bring my fishing rod. Lu Dongyan saw his uncle and aunt like this. The slight panic in my heart before. Once again, it vanished without a trace. Today I feel completely different. It's all in a state of slight panic and slight reassurance. Constantly wandering around. After a little tension, there is stability. It warms the heart even more. I'll go out for a bit too. I will be back soon, He Fan said, preparing to go out. Do you want me to go with you? Lu Dongyan wanted to follow, but I guess He Fan won't let it happen. If you want, you can too, but that would be slower. Don't worry. I will hold you tightly. He Fan pondered slightly, said, Xiao Luo spoke with her mouth slightly open. This was the outcome he did not expect. Why He Fan would decisively refuse. I didn't expect you would agree. After Lu Dongyan became better, He Fan has also completed his transformation. Facing the current him, requirements raised. He Fan's first thought was, it's not about whether one agrees, but rather after agreeing, how can I treat him better? What are you going out to do? Lai Yan looked at He Fan. The gaze showed slight dissatisfaction. At this moment, not at home with my future wife. Still running outside. I need to go buy books on luck and knowledge. This is not just a matter for Xiao Lu alone. I also need to work hard. He Fan was a bit impatient. His knowledge in this area too lacking. It's simply a trap. The unknown always makes people feel insecure. So, he needs to quickly replenish his knowledge. At this moment, although there is a lot of information available online, but it's still not as comprehensive as books. Hearing him say this, Lai Yun was finally satisfied. This little bunny, he has indeed inherited his father's strengths. Did not get pregnant. Treat it as a girl's personal matter. Yan Yan, just stay home. Just right for the two of us. Aunt will talk to you. The time when I was raising that little bunny, Lai Yun took Lu Dongyan's hand. Said, he is somewhat worried. Lu Dongyan is heading out now. After all, when I just got pregnant. It is the time when we need to be most cautious. No carelessness allowed. Was He Fan still a baby? Lu Dongyan's demon conquest. Suddenly captivated. When He Fan was in the womb. This is not just about seeking scriptures. Listening to the storytelling session is still the best. Okay. The young girl obediently nodded. He Fan also felt relieved. If he insists on going out together, then you need to be much more careful, although Mom will definitely spill the beans. A lot of childhood black history. But He Fan is already fearless. What else is there that Lu Dongyan cannot know? In my senior year, I bought various books on luck. He Fan returns home fully loaded. Returned to the room to begin further studies. Lu Dongyan also entered the room. Standing behind He Fan, a cute little hand rested on He Fan's shoulder. Ru Yi gently pinched. Don't press it. Sit down and rest. He Fan reached out and held Lu Dongyan's hand. Let him sit beside her, gently hugging him. Fingers intertwined in the girl's embroidered hair, combing through it repeatedly from top to bottom. He Fan, you're not being honest. When I was in Auntie's belly, every day I kicked the ant. Lu Dongyan rested his head on He Fan's chest. Silent voice. Clearly, this is MS Lai. I just talked to him about the pregnant wife situation. Pure slander. I don't remember at all. Kak. Lu Dongyan made a funny face with his little rabbit teeth. Hugging her legs, she curled up on the sofa, put her foot on He Fan's leg. Let him be able to hold directly. Reading is so hard. I'll cheer you on. The girl smiles softly as she leaves the nest. Immediately, her little face puffed up. Do not scratch the soles of your feet. Your feet are still very cold. He Fan pinched. Said with concern, even though I exercise every day. Lu Dongyan's health has improved a lot, but my feet are cold. It is always difficult to eliminate. It's fine when the weather is hot. Once winter arrives, no matter how it is, it feels icy. After researching the materials, I found that it's not just Lu Dongyan. Many girls are like this. He Fan could only endure during the cold weather. Pay attention to her warmth. Lift the coat. Put Lu Dongyan's feet in. Then wrap it up with the clothes. Held it in his own arms. Suddenly felt a bit cooler. Lu Dongyan felt a warmth in his feet. A fleeting shadow flickered beneath my feet. 10 tragic babies. She started scratching in He Fan's arms. True. Anxiety gnawed at my heart. He Fan glanced sideways at the girl. The little deer approached closely, close to He Fan's ear. The fragrance wafts towards me, shaking its little head. The soft and gentle voice murmured, He Fan, how troublesome. Yan Yan has twin pigtails today. Quickly put away your magical powers. My dear, He Fan took a deep breath, loosened the headband for her, gently caressing the young girl's belly. Show her the page of the book you are reading. The girl focused her gaze, whispering softly while reading. The first 3 months of pregnancy are a time of stillness. Lu Dongyan's strategic expedition. Regarding this knowledge, She completely doesn't understand. Suddenly, a wave of fear washed over me. Fortunately, Fan is reading a book. It seems the entire pregnancy. What should be done? What should not be done? We should ask Fan first. Fan. What else does the book say? Fan carefully flipped through. Our baby is now 4 weeks old. Let me take a look. The book records everything in great detail. It starts from the 3rd week of pregnancy until the 40th week of pregnancy. There are details to pay attention to every week. You need to supplement with folic acid. Maintain a good mood. Relax completely. Fanru fell in love with a girl's silly hairstyle. During this period, my mother's personality. It will greatly influence the baby's future personality. Lu Dongyan's mind. Fan rubbed his palm. Zeng Maowei Mai. In other words, if I am irritable, the baby will be impatient in the future too. And I am optimistic. Baby is an optimist. Ah, you can be happy every day. Of course, it is the best. Actually, just maintain a calm mind. Fan chuckled and said, what he can do. It's all about giving your all. For Lu Dongyan, create conditions that can bring happiness. But if a person thinks about it, I must be happy. Otherwise, there will be consequences. With this mindset, it's probably hard to truly be happy. This is something that happens naturally. Moreover, Lu Dongyan, I was never an optimistic person. Fan didn't want to put too much pressure on him. Just keep it. Just maintain a calm mind. There's the best version of you. It's really hard to find. What's the reason for being unhappy? Lu Dongyan's little head. Pushing and pushing. Humming a tune. That would be the best. Fan's voice is gentle. Emotional instability during pregnancy. It's also normal. That's due to the hormones in the body. I hope not to be against Lu Dongyan, causing too much impact. Although I just started reading the book. But Fan looked very serious. So many key points. Already remembered. Evening. MS Lai personally cooked. Prepared a large feast. Delicious feast. Placed right in the center. It is a fragrant and delicious carp soup. This is old Yan's eye was called back early, even without the dried ribbon fish. Also bite down and don't let go. And said it was used by a fishing friend. You can go confront your fishing buddy. MS Lai naturally couldn't be bothered to respond. First, let's talk about Lu Dongyan. Served a bowl of soup. I can handle it myself. Auntie. Lu Dongyan was taken aback. The elders haven't picked up their chopsticks yet. Instead, he served himself soup first. Sit tight. Oh, MS Lai's words. It is something one cannot defy. Lu Dongyan sat obediently. A bowl of delicious Crucian carp soup. Shane is right in front of you. The poor guy sniffed. The fragrance drifted in. Make him eager to take action. Eagerly picked up the spoon. You can bite a spoonful of soup. I haven't had the chance to drink it yet. Lu Dongyan smelled a hint of jealousy. That nauseating feeling. It has risen again. It made him unable to hold back his urge to vomit. Holding back the urge to vomit. Lu Dongyan took a deep breath. Pour the fish soup into my mouth. This is the heartfelt intention of uncle and aunt. You have to drink it all. Thinking like this in my heart. But the body feels. It's not something he can control. I have already worked very hard. I can no longer bear the feeling of nausea. But in the end, I couldn't hold back. With a gasp, along with the fish soup just drunk, they all threw it up. Because there wasn't enough time to go to the restroom. Threw up all over himself. Correct. I'm sorry. Lu Dongyan pouted. My eyes feel dizzy. about to cry. The little deer had red-rimmed eyes. It's all my fault for not being strong enough. Feeling nauseous all the time. Even eating a meal makes people worried. Still vomited it out at the dining table. Affecting a family's appetite. Why is the daughter crying? Morning sickness is a very normal phenomenon. Don't cry, don't cry. MS Lai quickly grabbed Lu Dongyan's hand. Go to the restroom to change clothes. Lao he got up. Clean up the spilled fish soup. He and Fanzi went to the kitchen. Make pumpkin millet porridge for Lu Dongyan. I just saw it in the book. Suitable foods during morning sickness. There is pumpkin and millet porridge. In the restroom, the shirt soaked in soup was thrown aside. Lai Yun uses a hot towel. Help Lu Dongyan clean up. Changed into clean pajamas. Wait a moment. I'll buy you a few more sets of nursing pajamas. Easy to change and wash. Lai Yun said, after all, it takes 10 months to carry a child. There is definitely more time at home. As the belly grew larger, the looser the fit, the more comfortable it is. Thank you, Auntie. The little deer sat on the toilet lid. Poor nose is sniffing. The soft strands gently caress the little belly. Sorry, baby, my voice is soft. Mom can't eat anything. You are lacking nutrition. Where could it be? The bathroom door was opened, and the annoying head poked in. The book mentioned, morning sickness is very normal. The early embryo requires very little nutrition. Even if my mother consumes very little, it's also enough for the baby to absorb energy. Really? Yeah. So there's no need to worry about the baby's nutrition. I made millet pumpkin porridge. This shouldn't cause morning sickness. Come and have a taste. Lu Dongyan did not return to the dining table. They and Fan Kai found the room. The dishes on the table are too lavish. When feeling nauseous, the mouth-watering deliciousness that makes people crave it. At this moment, everything becomes an emetic. Sitting obediently at the desk, sipping the pumpkin millet porridge slowly. Fan did not add oil or seasoning. Very light. Only the faint sweetness of pumpkin. Is it delicious? Fan brought a cup of warm water. Put it on the desk. And I no longer feel like vomiting. Lu Dongyan smiled diligently. Although it's a pity. Cannot enjoy a feast. It also disappointed the uncle and aunt's intentions. But after Lai Yun's comfort, he became at ease with it. Fan, I want to see the big and small Huang. This time I came back, I didn't go to play with them. Lu Dongyan finished the porridge. Said, the big and small Huang are still raised in the rental apartment. The customer service is over there now. But they are all young ladies. They are quite fond of small animals. Can still help take care of. Of course. Big and little Huang's favorite. It's still Fan and Lu Dongyan. So, as long as the two of them come back, they will go find 2 little puppies to play with. It won't do. Fan gently caressed the girl's forehead, noticing her fever. Although Da Zio Huang is not dirty. But now, there is a baby in my belly now. What if the dog has bacteria or viruses on it? It can easily lead to infection. In short, during pregnancy, be careful with everything. Regarding Zai Zai, Lu Dongyan naturally would not be stubborn. But when I think of only 9 months left, can't play with Da Zio Huang and Zio Huang. Just a little disappointed. Fan suddenly took Lu Dongyan's hand. Come to the window. Then ran downstairs. After a while, Lu Dongyan saw Fan leaving the rental apartment, holding the dog leash tightly, leading Da Zio Huang downstairs. Da Zio Huang showed off. Raise your dog head. I saw Lu Dongyan in front of the windowsill. excitedly spinning in circles and wagging its tail. Sometimes it would stand upright on two legs, barking loudly. SHH. Ifan made a gesture indicating proximity. It is already nighttime. Cannot disturb the public. Da Zio Huang is very understanding. Soon there will be no more cries. Just looking ahead, Zio Guo's silhouette, illuminated by the warm yellow light, gently waving little hands. He can see clearly, under the streetlight in the community, Da Zio Huang, even though we are separated by several floors. But it's also like emptiness, just like loving a puppy. Good half-time. He-Fan noticed it was getting late. It's almost time for bed. This is when I finally brought the dog back to the rental apartment. Returning home, He-Fan's first task, just going to the bathroom to take a shower, changed into a clean set of pajamas. This is when I returned to the bedroom. I want to sleep. Lu Dongyan is lying on the sofa. Played some games for a while. I'm starting to feel sleepy. He was hesitant to play at first. After all, I heard that the computer screen. There's radiation and such. He-Fan flipped through the books, consulting the information. It is said that non-ionizing radiation has little impact. Just the right amount is fine. Thinking about the numerous job opportunities in the future, everyone needs to use a computer. Moreover, everyone's phone is always in hand. I haven't seen any pregnant women either. Pregnant for 10 months without using a phone. Yifeng decided not to think too much about it. In summary, in situations where there is no clear impact anymore, Yifeng thought it would be fun to play for a while. It's better than being bored doing nothing. After all, relaxation of emotions, it is also very important. Games can allow Lu Dongyan feeling happy and joyful. That is also a positive influence. Of course, strict time restrictions were imposed. Previously, Lu Dongyan, I can sit in front of the computer all day. Every day now, can only play for 1 hour. This point doesn't need He-Fan to remind me at all. Lu Dongyan felt very even. He discovered himself. I don't even want to play for an hour. The game hasn't been going on for long. I just can't help but feel sleepy. I'll warm up the bed first. Furnace style. He-Fan crawled into bed. The south doesn't have heating. Early winter night. It's already quite cold. For safety's sake, there was no electric blanket either. Just opened a little sun. But little sun, not warm enough in the blanket. This relies on He-Fan now. All right, come in. 5 minutes later, He-Fan felt the temperature was just right. Lu Dong said. Hehe. The girl smiled lightly as she left the nest, cleverly nestled into He-Fan's embrace. Suddenly surrounded by warmth. The apricot petals have closed up. It's so warm. Lu Dongyan's little head, leaning against He-Fan's heart, gently nudging at nudging. Winter has arrived. Then we have to use the soup pot. He-Fan gently, holding onto Lu Dongyan. Otherwise, even if I have a warm blanket, your feet, it will still feel cold and chilly. Current temperature, it can still stay around 10 degrees. Another drop in temperature. Lu Dongyan was about to collapse. In the beginning of the previous life, everyone uses electric heating bags. Later, I missed it twice. It doesn't feel very safe. Once again, I used the original soup pot. Where will it be? Having you is enough, the young girl said sweetly. She doesn't know that much. After all, it's from Lu Dongyan's perspective. This is being together with He-Fan. The first winter, haven't experienced it yet. The coldest days. That's the best. He-Fan smiled. Indeed, it cannot be done according to using past life experiences to judge. Lu Dongyan has changed a lot. In terms of physical fitness, there has also been considerable improvement. He fan. The girl in my arms is half dreaming, half awake, calling out in a daze. I'm here, gently smoothing Xiao Yuo's long hair. He fan's voice was soft. Do you prefer boys or girls? It's me. I love Xiao Lu Sheng's baby the most. Just know how to coax me. West. He fan. I want to sleep now. As if receiving a command. He fan gently held the girl's cheek, as every night before falling asleep, gently touched her forehead, left and right eyelids. Payas. Here. Poor nose. Phlegm. There's also a little belly. From today onwards, baby needs to be gentle too. He fan spoke softly. The girl quietly leaves the nest. The breathing gradually becomes steady. Already entered the dreamland. One early morning, at almost the same time, He fan woke up together with Lu Dongyan. The wonder of biology lies here. No alarm clock needed after getting used to it. Can also wake up on time. Lu Dongyan rubbed the fur of his heart's pet, getting up to make breakfast, but couldn't get up. What are you up to? Let me get up and make breakfast. Stuck like an octopus by He fan, Lu Dongyan was unable to move. Her cheeks puffed up. But deep down I felt sweet and satisfied. From today until the end of the confinement period, breakfast during this time. I'll take care of it. He fan leaned his head close to the girl's ear, whispering softly, What face should I make? Lu Dongyan was caught off guard by He fan's breath, gave a little shiver and shrank back. Soft and sticky. You are responsible for eating. Not possible. I also want to take a photo of you. Lu Dongyan lifted his little head. It seems we need to swap roles with He fan. Lazed around on the bed for a while. Once again, I've controlled the balance well. It shouldn't be overly sweet, to avoid making each other feel uncomfortable. Lu Dongyan is getting ready to get up. A knock on the door. Lai Yun walked in. A pair of non-slip cotton slippers was sent to Lu Dongyan. When I went to the bathroom, wearing slippers is safer. Thank you, Aunt. The girl sweetly expressed her gratitude. The cotton slippers are black and white. All right. The style is a cartoon panda. Step on top. Walking is indeed not slippery at all now. Lu Dongyan went to wash up. He fan went to the kitchen to make breakfast. Today's breakfast is still porridge. After all, we don't know the fate of Lu Dongyan. Is it lightened? Also, have a light breakfast in the morning. There's nothing wrong at all. Just, I added some lean meat and fine salt to the congee. This is all indispensable. Yesterday, Lu Dongyan went to the hospital for a check-up. One day, emotions fluctuated greatly. Moreover, I hardly ate anything at all. So meat and salt should be supplemented a little. Even in the early stages, even if eating less, it won't affect the baby. But He fan cares more about Xiao Lu. There is no oil in the porridge. Just a little minced lean meat. Add a few pieces of green vegetables. The usual century eggs are out of stock. Processed foods and luck. It's better to consume less. Lu Dongyan was busy when He fan was occupied. I took a picture of He fan's profile with the camera. Sai, give me your album. The following time, I'll take care of it. The girl looked at her photography results with satisfaction. Okay. Time to have some congee. He fan brought the vegetable and lean meat porridge to the dining table. Back to the kitchen again. Start boiling the noodles. My parents don't like drinking porridge in the morning. Actually, He fan doesn't really. Like, so, just cooking porridge solely for Lu Dongyan. Tobacco and alcohol at home disappeared overnight. Everything has been cleaned up. Clearly, this was all done by MS Lie. As for the owner of the tobacco and liquor, old he, nature has no meaning at all, besides fishing. Nothing at all. He couldn't hold back any longer. There was no solemn ceremony, but the family is all using their own ways, caring for the new member that will soon arrive. Yunshan Cemetery. After having breakfast, he fan, with Lu Dongyan arriving here. Oh, I have some good news to tell you. Yan Yan is going to be a mother too. How about you? I'm about to become a grandmother. Baby's daddy. You're such a big fool for always coming to watch with me. Lu Dongyan's face was filled with a sweet and sticky smile. The faint sorrow of visiting my mother in the past is gone. It's here to bring good news. Aunt Lu, I never made any promises to Dongyan. Today, in front of you, I promise I will take good care of Yan Yan. Be good to the baby. On the day the legal age is reached, I will take Yan Yan to get the marriage certificate. He fan becomes tongue-tied when he gets serious. Can't express any vows of eternal love. I can't think of anything more ceremonial. Only know about getting married, establishing a family. Rain falls. Then Lu Dongyan turned around. Xing Maolian is surrounded by mist. Pouting slightly, Jin Du's eye rolls down. Very ordinary words for him, but there is a tremendous impact. Although in his view, he fan and I are already family, but the weight of that little red book is indispensable. I've been getting plenty of salt lately. He fan gently pecked away the tear from her rosy cheek, said with a light smile, HMPH. Once again it made someone cry. Lu Dongyan skillfully held back her tears, leaned gently in He Fan's embrace. Awakened, the poor nose mischievously. Once again, He Fan's clothes, tissue for wiping nose. Ordinary days flow like water. Lu Dongyan has also become particularly sensitive to time. The morning sunlight spills onto the windowsill. The girl opened her eyes. The first thing, just a note on the calendar by the bedside. The 5th week has passed. It's almost the 6th week now. The fawn whispered softly, its little belly fluttering. From an appearance standpoint, there is still no change. Only a strong reaction of luck, reminding Lu Dongyan in a sincere manner, I'm really about to become a mother. Yes, wear more clothes. After finishing breakfast, today I am going for a prenatal checkup. He Fan gets up from the cabinet. Take out the wool sweater you wore there. Leggings, scarf. As winter approaches, the weather is getting colder. A slight carelessness can lead to a cold. Taking medication at this time is a big taboo. So the best way, it is to curb from the source. Take proper measures to keep warm, preventing the occurrence of a cold. Changing clothes in the room. Go wash up again. It feels a bit warmer this way, although there is no heating, but 2 little suns were added to the room. Ensure Lu Dongyan won't feel cold, and the windows were closed most of the time. Open the ventilation only at fixed times. So, the temperature difference between inside and outside the bedroom is significant. But just a moment. Lu Dongyan sat on the portable toilet. Her little face was wrinkled. She is a girl who experiences severe pregnancy symptoms. By the 5th week, not only can't I stand the greasy smell, even the restroom cleaning machines are in place. It smells so bad it makes me want to throw up. He Fan took her to the hospital again. All test indicators are normal. The doctor said, it's still due to individual differences. Morning sickness usually starts to ease around 12 weeks. It will end in 16 weeks. There are still at least 2 more months. I had to buy a portable toilet to keep in the room. That place is just a toilet. Every time after using the restroom, it needs to be taken away and disposed of. House. Lu Dongyan covered her face with her little hand. Mo Dai began to sob softly. Don't cry, my dear. Fan suddenly became tense, squatting down beside the girl. Just woke up and everything was fine. The mood is bright and cheerful. It turned into speech in an instant. They didn't ask for the reason either. It's normal to experience emotional instability during pregnancy. A tiny matter can trigger an emotional outburst. Just holding the girl in his arms, gently patting her back. Ifan, I feel so useless. The little deer raised its head. Her pink face had 2 streaks of tears. Crying so much my nose is all stuffed up. Even going to the bathroom requires your constant attention. Messy and disheveled. I am truly sorry. Do not say such things. Fan held the girl's face in his hands. Lean your head forward, pressing their foreheads together. Her voice was gentle. Everything experienced during the 10 months of pregnancy. This should be shared by us together. The hardships you endure in body and mind. You have countless times more than I do. So, no matter what you need me to do, that's only natural. If I have to say I'm sorry, that is also what I want to say to you. Do you know? Little dear, Fan, you are truly wonderful. The little deer buried its head in Fan's embrace. It fluttered in his heart. Emptied the chamber pot. Fan began to make breakfast for Lu Dongyan. In the absence of morning sickness. Daily nutritional intake. Fan carefully controlled. Slice the steamed buns you made yourself. Brush on some olive oil. Start baking. Daily intake of essential fats cannot be less. If you want to vomit, Fan will handle the toasted buns himself, because besides this, I also prepared black rice porridge. It's not entirely Fan's fault. Every day I make porridge for Lu Dongyan. He couldn't wait for the little deer to have a good appetite. During pregnancy, you can enjoy a lot of delicious food. There's nothing that can be done. Severe vomiting. Just try to keep it as light as possible. Sometimes I crave something to eat. Fan would do it right away. Fortunately, today Lu Dongyan is in good condition. It smells so good. The girl nibbles on a toasted steamed bun. The taste buds really want to pair with pickled vegetables. But this thought, in an instant, he cut it off himself. Pickled food. After learning about the baby, he hasn't touched it at all. Just enjoy eating. Fan smiled. After having breakfast, let Lu Dongyan sit on the sofa and rest. Wait for half an hour. He was served a small cup of warm water. Gu Dongdong was not really thirsty, but Lu Dongyan still behaved very obediently. After finishing a small cup of water, at the beginning, not used to it yet, drinking so much every day. Fan always delivers water on time, even timing it. Only when he is asleep. Only then will it settle down. Waking up, warm water will be served shortly. I saw it in a book. By the 5th week, it began. Every day, 2 hours on time. It's best to hydrate once more. Now Fan's alarm clock. One day you have to think many times. They are specifically designed to remind you to drink water. Ready to head to the maternal and child health hospital. Fan is in the thermos cup. The warm water is ready. Tying the scarf around Lu Dongyan again. Put on the fluffy earmuffs and cold-resistant mask. Finally put on a hat. Hat adorned with palms. Fully armed and ready to go out. Will it be cold? Even so, walking down the street still feels uneasy. It's a bit hot. Lu Dongyan's small face was full of helplessness. Although there is no heating indoors in the south, even outdoors in the dead of winter, there are only a few days in a year when the temperature drops. It's still 7 or 8 degrees right now, but he knows. No matter what, Fan would still wrap him up tightly. It's nothing. I tied the sweat towel on your vest. Even if I sweat, it won't feel cool either. Fan upholds. I would rather be a little warmer. Don't take any risk of catching a cold. The old neighborhood is not far from Fayu Health Hospital. It takes about a 20-minute walk to get there. Fan chose not to drive, even with a baby. It is also important to maintain a certain level of physical activity. Not as nervous as I was at the beginning when I didn't understand anything, holding on to each other as we go down the stairs. Every evening after dinner, Fan would take Lu Dongyan for a half-hour walk. Today is an early start. Actually, you don't need to have pregnancy checkups this early. But in the past 2 days, Lu Dongyan has a slight stomach ache, so I can't afford to be careless. Arrived at Fayu Health Hospital for an ultrasound. I see it on the screen. It was like the existence of a small yellow bean. Lu Dongyan found it very amazing. Our baby has changed again. The embryo looks very healthy. Lu Dongyan felt relieved. Yes. Fan chuckled lightly. Holding Lu Dongyan's hand, they walked into the examination room. Except for pregnant women. Is there anything else? The doctor gently asked. It's just a slight bloating pain in my lower abdomen. Mild pain indicates that the embryo is developing rapidly. From the image display, it looks very healthy. Don't worry. But if the pain worsens, you must come for a consultation in time. When it reaches 12 weeks, come for the next checkup and meet. Remember, no matter what situation arises, remember not to use it without permission. The doctor prescribed medication while giving instructions. It's still folic acid and vitamins. All right. Thank you, doctor. Fan led Lu Dongyan out of the maternal and child health hospital. Have you decided on the place of our baby's birth? Ju Yun picks up the hospital for record keeping. It is also the place where the future baby will arrive. This is before the archiving. It can be chosen freely. It's convenient back home. The words of the provincial capital. There is a better medical environment. I'll listen to you. Lu Dongyan leaned against Fan, spoke in a muffled voice. Babies matter. It's just between us. You also need to make a decision together. Fan, first correct it. If it were just about Lu Dongyan, in a situation where he couldn't make a decision, Fan certainly wouldn't let that happen. But the arrival of the baby, he works even harder. Give more. I want to be in my hometown. Okay. Fan's hands were sweaty. Medical conditions are not bad now. How to say hometown? It is also a prefecture-level city. Have a baby. There is definitely no problem. Let's buy some fruits. What do you want to eat? On the way home, walking up to the fruit stand, Fan took Lu Dongyan to pick out items. Luck needs to be supplemented with any nutrients. Fruit is essential. I want to eat cherry tomatoes. Palmy melon, palmy fruit, Lu Dongyan said. Fan selects. He won't choose for himself. Usually, it's the boss who speaks. Take whichever one you like. The results will all be handled by the boss. Ling Kai fruit made a contribution. After selecting the fruits that Lu Dongyan wanted, Fan took a few more lemons. Checked out. With Lu Dongyan, I left the fruit store. Fan, why did you buy so many lemons? Aren't you really wanting Nan Bao? Lu Dongyan tilted his head. Ask, oh, lemons are not meant for you to eat. The book says, if there is earth to move, the scent of lemon will relieve. He fan-pinched the girl's cheeks. King Zio. So do you really like Nan Bao? It's still a girl. This question. Didn't you ask last time? HMPH. You're just teasing me. I didn't lie to you. I love my baby with Zio Luo the most. No matter how many times you ask. There is only this answer. Yuluo. He fan-lowered his gaze, gnawing on a piece of meat. His gaze is incredibly clear. Not a bit of falsehood. Lu Dongyan's every thought. It will only increase the pressure of luck on him. He fan wants to do everything possible to help eliminate. Lu Dongyan felt much more at ease, seemingly asking casually, but the expectant mother. Such worries are common. He fan. It is often said on television that prenatal education is important. What is the specific method? At night, Lu Dongyan snuggled in He Fan's embrace, murmuring inquiries. Specific methods. I'm telling you now. He Fan held Lu Dongyan's face, gently adorned. It's prenatal education, not me kissing you. Lu Dongyan left the nest to commit an act of filial piety for Kingshan Zioe. Although I rely heavily on this feeling. But what benefits does this have for the baby? This is prenatal education. He Fan smiled. Say mom is happy. It is the best guidance for the baby. Let the baby stay in the belly. You can experience joy and love. As for listening to music at each stage, pounding, light shines, tell a story, even studying mathematics. These flashy things. He Fan felt it would be more helpful if Lu Dongyan smiled more. Anyway, He Fan immersed himself in the baby. You damn it while I'm sleeping. Talking about mathematics. Singing aloud. The flashlight shines. I just want to give you a big slap. Originally a beautiful baby. Will be troubled by anger. It's that simple. Lu Dongyan's little head, gently rubbing against He Fan's heart. A little bit anxious. This is a normal phenomenon. The advertisement emphasizes that we cannot afford to fall behind at the starting line. It feels like their baby hasn't been born yet. You are already a winner in life. As an expectant mother, how anxious one can be. I hope my baby can be even better. This, I also want to increase the difficulty. It will take a few more weeks. He Fan's chin, pressed against the top of the girl's head, tugging at her long hair. What? HMPH. You are bad. The little dear was momentarily stunned, immediately realized. Little hands clenched into fists, gently tapping He Fan's heart, yawning as I drift into dreamland. During the Earth period, Lu Dongyan's sleeping schedule, getting longer and longer, waking up in the morning after having breakfast, sitting there, just wait until noon. Waking up, He Fan fed warm water, either go to the bathroom, or just continue being confused. He Fan was not worried about this. His time this week, I have finished reading all the books I bought. Symptoms at different stages of pregnancy. All are relatively familiar. Just at night, when Lu Dongyan was suffering from severe diarrhea, he still panicked. He Fan corrected. I'm sorry. Lu Dongyan was wearing a thick pajama, sitting on a suspicious toilet in a cave, two small sons aligned towards him. For a browse. It breaks my heart. I already said. Don't talk like that. I punish you by making you angry. He Fang bit him on the cheek. But I can't smile, although diarrhea is a normal occurrence at this stage. But I don't know how it happened. Lu Dongyan's various reactions. Always be a little stronger. Let's go to the hospital. This is not a solution. Once again, the upside-down transformation into a basin. He Fan gently hugged him. I feel very heartbroken. It's already midnight. Lu Dongyan's voice had not yet faded. He Fan picked her up and sat her on the edge of the bed. Start helping him with his clothes. Help him out of the bedroom. As soon as the living room light was turned on, Mom and Dad woke up instantly. Put on your pajamas. He has severe diarrhea. I took him to the maternal and child health hospital for a check-up. He Fan explained. Sorry to disturb Uncle and Aunt's sleep. Yes. Before the girl's voice faded away, Lian held her face, said gently with a pained expression, Daughter, you've worked hard. I'll go to the hospital with you. Having more people around is reassuring. No, Mom, it shouldn't be a big problem. Going together made it so neither of us could rest well. You and Dad just stay at home. I will contact you if needed. Be careful on the road. Dad advised He Fan, watching He Fan drive away from the community until they disappeared from sight. Lao He and MS Lai just returned to the room, but no matter what, I can't fall asleep. Arrived at the maternal and child health hospital. The on-call doctor in the midnight emergency room. After a brief look, let He Fan and Lu Dongyan feel at ease. This is a change in hormones within the body. Causes gastrointestinal allergies. Caused by external stimuli. I guess dinner included chili peppers. The on-duty doctor took a sip of strong tea. Said, Doctor, you are truly amazing. He Fan's sweaty hands. That night, Lu Dongyan rarely had an appetite. Ate more than half a bowl of fried chili. Now find the reason. A heart finally settled down. It's not me who was born. With our local eating habits. It matters a lot. It's all because of eating spicy food. You take the pregnant woman to the ward first. Go to redo the hospitalization procedures tomorrow morning. 1 day of makeup work is enough. No medication needed. The doctor said, even at this stage there are issues. Doctors also try not to prescribe medication. Moreover, it was merely external factors that caused it. Just wait for the body to recover. Good. Thank you, doctor. He Fan led Lu Dongyan towards the hospital room. Good luck. The 3 beds in the ward are all empty. There is also air conditioning in the room. The temperature is just right. It won't be cold. Do you want to go to the bathroom? Before Lu Dongyan got into bed, He Fan asked about the path. Xiao Loyao Diao touched the little belly. Only the baby is left. He Fan was amused by her silly expression, cuddling with the little dear in the blanket. Sitting in the accompanying chair, hold her hand tightly, fingers tightly intertwined. I'm thirsty. Lu Dongyan pouted her lips twice. Is it difficult? Drinking water. We'll have diarrhea again, He Fan said with a touch of heartache. Immediately stood up, gently gazing at Lu Dongyan. In the dim warm light, the girl stood there dazed, struggling with desire. I can only help you with lip balm. Rain falls. He Fan hangs his hands down. A delicate face, enlarged in Lu Dongyan's view. Halfway up, He Fan sat back in the accompanying chair, still tightly holding her lovely little hand. Can be seen the girl's slightly pale little face. At this moment, a layer of sweet pink honey emerged. He Fan, your birthday is next week. This is our first birthday together. What gift do you want? Lu Dongyan in a daze. Yuan Yuo na na de zan wenji, softly and hesitantly asking. You and the baby. It is my best gift. Scratched in the palm of her hand. He Fan chuckled softly. I don't need you to say that. Such sweet talk to coax me. Lu Dongyan smiled sweetly at the corner of her mouth, saying foolishly, Really? Little dear. He Fan bent down, holding the girl in his arms. Your gentle voice caresses my past life. No, in the previous life. You must have done a lot of good deeds. Only then can such good fortune accumulate. It's great to meet you. Ifan couldn't think of anything more precious. She feels fate has already been very kind. Even if it takes just a little more, will seem overly greedy, feeling the warmth of the little person in my arms. There is an indescribable thrill. Each of her breaths, every heartbeat. It's all like that. Let He Fan be infatuated, holding her so quietly. Time will naturally express the meaning of life. Ooh! The girl's even breathing sounding, fell asleep in a daze. He gently placed her head back on the pillow. Suddenly, a golden tear rolled down from the corner of the eye. He Fan chuckled as he leaned on the handrail. Kiss away this sweet golden droplet. It's like drinking honey. One early morning, MS Lai is sporting dark circles under her eyes, bringing millet porridge to Lu Dongyan. All of it went into He Fan's stomach. The doctor said to rehydrate for a day. So we can't eat or drink. He Fan wiped the rice porridge from the corner of his mouth. Explained. You've worked hard, daughter. Lai Yun felt very heartbroken. However, Lu Dongyan's complexion has improved. I feel much more at ease now. At this moment, the nurse walked in pushing the nutrient solution. Before giving Lu Dongyan an injection, the girl extended her hand to He Fan. Here you go. Hit me. He Fan. Little sister. The blood vessels are very clear. No need to pat. The nurse smiled. But just thinking about this little girl, several years younger than oneself. I am about to become a mother. I have such a handsome boyfriend, with her future mother-in-law who takes care of her. I can't help but eat lemons early in the morning. Then she really saw Lu Dongyan, took a lemon out of the pocket. The nurse sister's lips twitched. What's wrong? Want to stuff it into my mouth. Immediately, Lu Dongyan picked up the lemon and held it under her nose, gently sniffing. Since I started using this method, Yantuo has alleviated a lot. The little dear's eyes dimmed slightly. The anticipated event did not happen. Unhappy? Why are there veins on the back of the hand? You can't learn from the elbow pit, can you? Isn't it better to hide a little? After a day of nutritional infusion, accompanying He Fan, Lu Dongyan's diarrhea finally stopped. But the little face was still full of blood and not happy. I have been experiencing morning sickness all along. Can't eat much. Finally, I have a bit of an appetite. I can't eat my favorite chili anymore. The little dear is fine. Wait another 2 weeks. After the pregnancy period ends, we can eat and drink now. He Fan gently comforted. Is that true? Of course. You'll have a big appetite then. Eating mom's fragrance. But I want to eat it right now. He Fan's classical Chinese text. Mother is resting her chin on her hand, deep in thought. The girl smiled diligently. The voice was timid. I was just joking. I just came back from the hospital yesterday. Going out. Cannot do it. Don't worry anymore. Got it. However, He Fan's eyes lit up. Suddenly, both hands started to rub their own face, until it turns red and hot. All right. Eat up. It's already scorching hot. Rain falls. He Fan turned his cheek, brought it to the little dear's mouth. Touchite. The girl couldn't hold back, laughing so hard that saliva splattered all over He Fan's face. End of November. He Fan's birthday. On this day in previous years. There's nothing particularly special. Just treat it like an ordinary day. Just a few more dishes. Then in the morning, eat a bowl of longevity noodles. Even the cake. Also, because he fan doesn't like sweet food, didn't eat anything. No one was prepared for it. This year's biggest change. Nature has gained one more. It is two family members. The first thing Lu Dongyan did when he woke up in the morning, just grabbed the lemon by the pillow, gathering fiercely under Kyung's pen. He prepared this last night, for the sake of, today I can avoid morning sickness. Can accompany he fan at the dining table, enjoy a lavish birthday feast. Although as time passes, the fawn's morning sickness, it is becoming less and less. But just in case, he stubbornly held on to the lemon without letting go. This is still not enough. Pick up the scissors from the bedside table. Just cut the lemon in half. Just write directly on the pen. What kind of performance art is happening so early in the morning? He fan-pinched the girl's face. Take away the lemon. Happy birthday. No, 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 little dear excitedly said. The face only leans towards he fan's face. The little mouth won't stop. Ah, it's fine, it's fine. Today I will treat you to a big meal. Lu Dongyan's face was twisted. He is concerned about his body. Gradually adapted and understood. From the state after waking up, he figured it out. I don't have much of an appetite today, but I must sit at the same table as he fan for dinner. So be prepared. Come out for breakfast. MS Lai shouted outside. Breakfast is longevity noodles. Lai Yun is ready. Today the whole family is eating noodles. It was just on Lu Dongyan's face. Didn't add too much oil. Afraid he will get bored. Little birthday star. Happy birthday. Old he raised a glass of boiled water with MS Lai.